Hey, it's Kevin with the New Warehouse podcast here at MODEX 2026. Our first guest of the day is going to be Parth Pethani. He is the Director of Warehouse Design and Innovation with Prologis Essentials. He also has a great newsletter about warehouse automation as well that you should subscribe to if you're not. But Parth, welcome in, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're in your hometown.
I know. It was fun last night. Thank you for having us. And weather has been great, so that's perfect.
Yes. You were at our party last night, Warehousing After Dark. So give us the real-time review.
Oh, it was fun. Whoever is missing out, they're missing out a lot. I think great conversations, great event space. And personally, it has become like a social gathering place, so appreciate you guys doing it.
Absolutely. We had a lot of fun, and thanks for coming out, of course. So you are here, as your vest says, you're representing Prologis Essentials, right? So so for people that are not familiar with Prologis Essentials, just give us kind of a brief overview.
Yeah, so Prologis Essentials is a part of Prologis. Prologis, as you all know, world's largest warehouse real estate REIT. I sit under Prologis Essentials as a part of my responsibility, or the Essentials responsibility, is to help our customers get more from the building, find their problem statements, understand their problem statements, and find solutions for the problem statements. We are kind of vendor-agnostic approach to this. We believe that if we can do right for our customers, they'll stay with us for a longer time, and that's the North Star we are chasing.
Yeah, absolutely, and a good North Star to chase, definitely, right? And makes total sense, right? As we've talked about previously, to have the real estate arm and then be able to assist those tenants as well and the things that they need to do. So we're here at MODEX, right? And I know that you look closely at automation and robotics, right? As we talked about in your newsletter a lot and on LinkedIn, and as we talked in previous podcast conversations too as well. So tell us what's standing out to you. What are some of the takeaways here?
I might take a different approach to answer this question because
he's been taking a lot of different approaches lately, I will say. So I'm curious to hear this.
So walking into the MODEX, before MODEX, I was a little concerned that this MODEX would be all about AI. Meaning that I will lose as an automation supporter, enthusiast. I will lose the clarity and in the hype around automation, just because I think everyone has focused there to the next shiny thing was AI.
Yeah.
But to my good surprise, pleasant surprise, that this is not the case. I feel like both are going in parallels, if you will. So a couple of conversations I had with customers was really like, customers like, hey Parth, it's a small regional tire distributor. They said, hey Parth, we reduced our development cycles for specific changes. We have a homegrown WMS. We always want to make some changes. We really use a cloud to make our changes, and 8 days of work was done like 1 hour, which is amazing from the AI perspective. And then he's also, that's great, but I also need to solve for my actual physical problems. Sure. And that's why that's why I'm looking for solutions here, from an automation perspective, right? And that has been the pleasant surprise that I've walked into throughout the whole MODEX. Was like, I was always thinking that, okay, now as I walk to my customers, they're like, hey, where should I prioritize my CapEx spend? Where should I be looking at it? But the conversations are both parallel because they understand the value of AI, but at the same time, they understand that AI will provide me data, and I can only work on that data. I can make something out of data that I can actually make it actionable through automation. So that's my take. I think from an automation perspective, I think there are of course great solution providers in the market. I think a lot of conversations, and again, another hot take, if you will, is
coming in hot. Let's do it.
I'm blessed to have a lot of conversation, a lot of friends, a lot of partners in the industry. So the another conversation that I've been seeing is around rebalancing. Folks are really thinking about their partner ecosystem. We are seeing some trends around where, hey, I work with this partner, now should I look at the other partners' ecosystems? They're also thinking about solutions that they used to use in past, that, hey, I use X solution, should I be looking at Y solution now? So what this tells me is that probably just because of last couple of years where we have so much uncertainty, and that has reduced our, I would say, flexibility on how we are thinking about it probably is giving us a overall the market and opportunity from the solutions provider to look at, hey, should I look at my portfolio? Should I expand my portfolio? Should you contract my portfolio from a solution provider perspective? And similarly from the end user perspective, they are thinking, hey, I have this opportunity. I know I invested in automation. Is this the right automation? Should I continue with the automation or should I look for a new automation? But that gives them this rebalancing opportunity. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, interesting. And I'm curious too. I mean, obviously seeing on the floor, and I saw the same too, right? Because some other conferences, there's a lot of .AIs floating around out there, and this one too. I'm like, I didn't see like that many as I've been kind of running around and doing my podcast, but I think it's interesting to see some of the automation. I mean, there's a lot of physical solutions that are here on the floor. I mean, a ton really.
Yep.
So what about from like a form factor of any type of specific automation that you saw that kind of stood out to you? Maybe is like newer to your market?
Yeah, and I was talking to folks at the warehousing after dark yesterday. I think one thing that has really I was on a fence when I heard it for the first time was the metallic totes. Totes made out of metal, right?
Yeah.
I was on the fence. I was like, doesn't make sense. Why would you add more weight? It's going to be expensive. And yesterday's conversation actually is making me come around, to be honest. Which is nice. I mean, it's always good to be corrected because now that's why I'm learning something.
We have some persuasion happening at warehousing after dark.
Yeah. It was great. Actually, that was great. So the way it really is understood that, I think the metal totes, as of right now that I understand, again, I'm on my education journey as well, but I think the early data points tell me that I think, of course, it's little bit expensive than the plastic totes, but at the same time, the freight cost is less because you can now fold it out and send it. The fire requirements reduces a lot because plastic is, of course, flammable, but the metal is not. And overall, it's just really helping from a totes fire safety perspective, which was something that I didn't understand when I read for the first time, but now as I talking to the industry veterans, trying to understand and making sense out of it. So that's why I'm saying I'm coming around on that specific piece of technology, or not even technology, but specific of form factor that I didn't know before MODEX.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's interesting too. And we just had MODEX on the podcast last week too, and they were talking about their galvanized bins too, which are collapsible as well. So yeah, I think interesting developments there. And certainly, like, I mean, I noticed that there's just a ton of ASRS options out there as well, right? So are you seeing any like kind of unique designs in that realm?
ASRS, yeah. So that's a very topic close to me right now, just because I'm actually personally looking for solutions in that space. With the ASRS, what I'm noticing is I think the industry is divided in two places, where you have your standard two-way pallet shuttles, which goes back and forth, right? And you have to move that pallet shuttle to different pick faces. That's typically two-way pallet shuttles, and then you have a four-way pallet shuttle, which has the elevator that goes up and down and stuff like that, like for specifically the pallet shuttles, right? My take is that I think industry has still trying to figure out pallet shuttle in a place where they can reduce the lead times and reduce the to be honest, the cost, right? Because the lead times is the biggest barrier. Like customers are thinking about automation, specifically when it comes to pallet automation, in a similar fashion as racking, meaning that, hey, if I can get rack in 3 months or 4 months, why cannot I have, again, why is not the usual question, but that, hey, can I have something automated for my pallets in similar time frame? And I feel like whoever solves this puzzle first would have a market edge on it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, decreasing that lead time, right? I mean, it's certainly like an important thing, and hearing some, solutions saying like they're getting faster with it, right? And they're finding different ways to be able to get that infrastructure up a little quicker. So interesting to see there. And I'm curious, obviously you guys have a ton of real estate, right? So what are you seeing, specifically around the conversation around automation being able to adapt to the brownfield setting? Great question. I think I didn't had any conversations around that at MODEX, but I did have a few conversations before walking into the MODEX. I think Brownfield implementation of automation is definitely something now leaders in the industries. I was talking to a couple of big grocers, and as they start thinking about heavy automated warehouses, one of the biggest concern is like, do I have enough power? Right. So one of the reason that question of course comes because of the data center boom, right? That we have
Sure.
most of the counties are pulling data centers, and when they pull data centers, all the power is going to data center.
Yeah.
So the answer is like, hey, do I have enough power? I'm also seeing a maturity around end users now from a building readiness perspective, meaning that we just are working on a project recently that customer bought a goods to person solution, and they're like, Parth, we are moving, we believe in this goods to person solution. We are going to start this new building in the next 6 months. Can you come in and help us understand the building ready?
Yeah.
Right. So, and again, the good thing is this is not even a Prologis building. We are helping a customer out, beyond the Prologis building. They're like, Parth, can you come help me understand what is my fire and safety requirements with this automation? What are my flow requirements? Do I have the enough floor flatness? What is my power requirements? Because they are in a building where it's a 300,000 square feet building. They are taking over 220,000 square feet building. So they're like, hey, if I take this half of this building, if the building overall has 2,000 amps, what is my allotment? Is it 80% of 2,000, or it's 2,000 on the other side of that 80,000 square feet and I don't get anything? Those kind of conversations are happening. So that tells me that it's a maturity curve where people are not just thinking as a widget, but more of a system where like, hey, if I bring this solution in my building, I need to look holistically, not just, hey, I put this widget, it should work by now.
Yeah.
No, there are aspects to that has to work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's interesting, and we've had a few conversations on the podcast in the last couple of months about that power situation too as well, because, the more we automate, the more we bring in these, advanced systems that we see out here on the floor, right? I mean, the more power they require too as well. And like, how do we set that up, and how do we make sure, not only is the power good, but the network can support and all those different things. So I think, infrastructure is becoming so critical as you
Correct.
talked
Yeah.
about, right?
So we definitely are seeing that like infrastructure has become a key criteria for automations now, especially when you go towards more highly automated buildings, and that is happening, right? So for a retailer who is doing 50,000 units a day, probably there are solutions that are a little light on power needs. But if a retailer who is doing 150,000 units a day or 1.5 million units a day, they cannot think power as good to have. It's a must to have before they can put any automation.
Yeah.
Right. So we are seeing solutions in the market, especially we have some of our customers through like on demand power or I would say flex power until the county shows up with enough power to the building.
Yeah, absolutely. So very interesting to talk to you here, Parth, and always great insights from you. And I appreciate everything you bring to the industry with your knowledge and your analysis too, as well, the things you see out there. So appreciate you coming by and talking to us this morning on day 3 at MODEX. I know you're going to have a great breakdown on Sunday in your newsletter. So if people are interested in hearing that or reading it, I guess, what's the best way to subscribe to that?
Yeah, go to my LinkedIn. There is a subscribe button on my newsletter. I post a lot on LinkedIn as well. Let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm always open for a good chat.
Yeah. If you're not connected with this guy, connect with him. Yeah.
And awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Really appreciate it.
All right, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video here on our YouTube channel, the New Warehouse Podcast, and I appreciate you tuning in. If you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video in particular, make sure you like it as well. And if you want to get this great t-shirt that you see in the video behind me, Warehouses Are Sexy, head to warehousesAreSexy.com and get your own.